This is the Australian stock market closing report for Wednesday, the 1st of June 2016. In overnight sessions, the US major averages ended on a mixed note, with the tech-heavy NASDAQ closing up and the NYSE benchmarks closing slightly lower. The Greenback had a strong session which sent commodity-related sectors lower, suggesting that the momentum would spill over into the ASX-related sectors in today's trading. The ASX 200 index closed down 55 points, or 1.03% to 5,323. The daily trading range was 72 points, with the high of the session at 5,378 and the low of the session at 5,306. Market breadth of the benchmark index was dominantly negative, with only 42 advancing stocks and 124 declining stocks, and 34 stocks unchanged. In economic news, the Australian Bureau of Statistics released the headline GDP figures, which showed the overall Australian economy grew by 1.1% in the March quarter and annually at a rate of 3.1%. A key point summary is that the major driver of growth for the March quarter came from exports, reflected in the growth observed in mining production of 6.2%. However, domestically, the Australian economy continued to demonstrate weakness. The report indicated that broad-based falls were evident, with the consumer price index falling 0.2% and the overall price movement within the Australian economy falling 0.6% in the March quarter. The measure of national economic well-being, the real net national disposable income figures, came in flat at 0%, or a seasonally adjusted 0.2%. Spending within the Australian domestic economy only rose 0.1%, indicating continued weakness and lower inflation. Demand for exports increased demand for the Australian dollar, which saw the Australian dollar jump 0.5% on the release of the figures. The energy sector was the weakest sector, closing down 1.77%. Woodside Petroleum led the components lower by 1.8%. Liquefied natural gas was down 1.7%, and oil search was off 1.3%. The materials sector wasn't far behind, closing to the downside 1.69%. CSR was down 5.3%, South 32 was lower by 4.5%, and Western Areas was down 3.4%. BHP Billiton was down 59 cents, or 3.1% to $18.49, and Rio Tinto was down 90 cents, or 2% to $43.79. The financial sector was down 1.09%, with CYBG off 5.3%, Henderson Group down 4.6%, and BT Investment Management down 3.4%. The big four banks all closed in the red, with ANZ down 28 cents, or 1.1% to $25.20. The Commonwealth Bank was lower by 93 cents, or 1.2% to $76.50. National Australia Bank was down 39 cents, or 1.4% to $26.76. And Westpac was down 1.1%, or 33 cents to $30.37. The consumer staples sector moved lower in alignment with the overall benchmark, closing down 1.04%. Metcash led the components, closing down 5.85%. Tassal Group was down 2.4%, and Blackmores was lower by 2.1%. The Australian dollar is currently higher in the Asian session by 0.3% to 72.55 US cents. The yield on the Australian 10-year government bond is down 1.2 basis points to 2.29%. Spot gold is marginally higher at $1,219 US, and crude oil is down 70 cents, or 1.45% to $48.40. This has been the Australian stock market closing report for Wednesday, the 1st of June 2016, and I've been your host, Aaron First. I'll see you again next time.